What's up guys, Jimmy here, and in this video I'm going to analyze my match against Infexious at Fightclub NRW. That was about 2 months ago. I already analyzed my match against Akainu. You should check that out if you're interested to see an in-depth look at every single decision that I made and what I'm thinking about during a match. As with the other video, I highly recommend you check out the match in full first. I uploaded it a week ago, and I'm going to link to it in the description, so check that out first. Highly recommend that. And now let's get into this video or this analysis and check out where I went wrong, because I did get kind of wrecked against Infectious, and I do have a lot to say about this. So let's check it out, guys. So right away I want to point out that I'm expecting Infectious to play defensively here. I think this is important to note because normally, like, I play Infectious, or I used to play his Zeku online quite a bit, and he always played this very slow style, and I fully expected him to continue that right here. He's kind of known for it anyways, right? And you'll see I'm not able to keep up with him because he's not playing a slow style at all. But let's go back and see what I mean right there.
Round one. Kill over there. Fight.
So yeah, he's moving forward quite a bit. This is pretty lucky. This situation where I get this combo was pretty lucky. So let's take a look at that again. I dash in right when he makes the switch to young Zeku. That was really lucky, actually. Normally you wouldn't. I shouldn't expect to get away with this dash right here, but I got lucky and I get this combo. Let's see how I'm going to pressure. As you can see, I'm going for a shimmy. Take a look at that.
I love you, man.
I do a jab, and then I walk backwards because I'm expecting him to tech, and then I do a crouching medium kick in order to attempt to beat a tech that he might be doing, but he's not doing it. Instead, he jabs, right? This is very important to note, so he's not teching throws. And this is, I think, probably the main mistake that I do throughout this entire set, that I'm not throwing him enough. And this is something people commonly say about my gameplay anyways. I don't like to throw people because Ryu doesn't get any reward out of it, and I feel like I'm putting myself in a bad situation when I do that. But in this instance, I'm definitely, like, after watching this video again, I needed to throw him way more. So yeah, he does the jab.
Yeah, he's pretty cool.
And he wins because the jab just gets active like maybe 1 or 2 frames before my crouching medium kick, so he avoids the situation like that. And then this weird take a look at that. Take a look at that. Take a look at how. Let's go back a little bit. Let's go back. Like, how much he's harassing in this area right here. He's not letting me do anything. He's just continuously pushing forward. Very unlike Infectious. At least the Infectious that I've played online does not play like that. So this was very unusual. Here I tried to do a fireball, and because he's continuously walking forward and hitting light attacks, you can just interrupt it with no risk whatsoever. So this is a style I was not prepared for. Here he kind of gets lucky. You will see that throughout the set. He will do a lot of unsafe sweeps, and it's a strategy that, or a lot of people get triggered when Zeku or even Vega players do that, right? But it's kind of effective to make sure the opponent just holds down back all the time.
Like French light?
So now he has corner control.
Challenge there with the medium punch, gonna get some good damage on this.
And the cool thing is about this is a good moment to explain one of the uses of solar plexus as well. If you see your opponent walking forward all the time to apply pressure, solar plexus is just 10 times more effective, because it's it's very likely your opponent will simply run into it. You can block in time when you visually confirm there's a solar plexus coming. So I got that solar plexus because of that.
Damage on this. This is one of the reasons I think Ryu, man, like
this time around I chose, take a look at what I do here. Crouching light punch into standing medium punch. This is a classic sequence that I like to do against Zeku. First of all, because I have a hard time reacting to a back roll versus quick rise. I think Zeku's animation is so messed up. It's the only one I actually have issues with. So I like to do a light attack to get to just react faster, to have a little bit more time to react to whether it was a quick rise or a back roll. And on top of that, this sequence right there, I'm hiding a parry option select in there in case he does a V reversal, which is very optimistic of me to do. There's really no reason for him to V reversal right here, but in case he wakes up with a jab, I get a combo. In case he does a V reversal, I get a punish, and yeah, that's about it. It's a very safe option, and in a tournament setting, it's not too bad to go for a safe option. But Infectious has shown quite a bit he will not tech, and I needed to capitalize on that.
Man, like, a lot of people downplay the character, but I'm telling you, I think this character's good.
I mean, he has
very aggressive style here
the
from
problem
Infectious.
is the open situation, right?
Yeah.
He doesn't get that.
I show actually some good defense right
when
here.
He gets
I like
control,
that.
If he hits you once, he's not in control.
Take a look at the jabs here as well. You see the
control.
jab? The jab right there is just there to make him jump, because I'm trying to bait out. Opponents cannot react. I've explained this so often. I feel like I shouldn't be repeating it, but there's probably some people who don't know about this still. People, if you throw fireballs and you feel like your opponent jumps in every time you throw a fireball, it's probably because he's reacting to a mid-screen animation that he sees, and he's jumping because he's expecting it to be a fireball. You can't actually visually confirm what animation is running, but you can react to a change in animation and then jump. And if it happens to be a fireball, then you will get the jump in as a punish. But you can mess with this in just by throwing out light punches or light kicks or anything really, because the opponent will use that as a visual indicator to jump. And I'm trying to bait him into that, but he's not biting because he's a strong player. But this is very important. In order to stay unpredictable, you need to do this kind of stuff to make sure you get away with fireballs in jump range, because you need to throw them in those ranges.
Well, if he hits you once, he's not in control anymore.
But the damage he takes during
that was very unlucky. Take a look at that again. So I backdash right here, and I already committed to forward dash, or maybe, I'm not quite sure actually, if I did this on reaction to the jump and I'm just trying to get away in this situation, the better option would have been medium DP. That would have been the safe option, but I'm committed to a dash, and take a look at that. Infectious chooses a jump-in option that also crosses up. You will see that the situation will be reversed in a bit, and I fail to do the same thing. This is something you got to keep in mind. Go for a cross-up attack, even when the jump-in itself does not really it's not really necessary, or you would get a little bit more if you did a heavy attack, but just in case your opponent tries to dash under, you can catch them like that. So this is very smart by Infectious.
Damage he takes during that exchange is very, very heavy.
Yeah.
So, I don't know, man. Alright. Okay.
Here, wake up EXDP. Gotta do that from time to time, right? And shoutouts to the people who don't understand the EX flash kick situation against Akainu, who told me that was an unnecessary risk. Take a look at that. Infectious didn't cover EXDP. How about that, right? It turns out if you always cover EXDP, you're not going to win a major tournament, because if you can't apply offense, then you can't do the damage that you need to do. It's very simple, right? And this is a good example of that once again.
EX Dragon Punch away. Nice.
This is a nice crosscut.
Activation station.
Yeah, here it is. Most electrifying man.
Being super patient here, and I'm getting rewarded, but take a look at this mistake.
Oh no, the double dash that one.
Okay, so why did I lose here? I was being super greedy. And I remember this situation right here. I was so focused on the match that I actually forgot about the properties of an anti-air DP. Take a look at this. If you get an anti-air like this, or really, if you just do medium DP, you cannot safely double dash and pressure. You just can't do that. The only DP that works like this is a light DP. If you land a light DP successfully, then you can always double dash and pressure, but not with the medium, and also not with the heavy, and especially not with the EXDP. You can't even safely dash in once with EXDP. Here, I'm being way too greedy. So I do a medium DP. Infectious back rolls, I do a double dash. Take a look at that. And because Infectious is such a smart player, he's actually reacting to the double dash and punishing it. I remember right here, I'm trying to go for a throw, which is incredibly greedy and really only works against players who make a mistake. In this spot, Infectious can do a back roll into a jab very safely. There's no risk involved right here. He can just do that, and it will punish my attempt. And that's exactly what happened. So this was just a mistake from my end, because I forgot about the medium DP properties. Really bad, actually. This is like, these subtle things will make or like, this really decided who won the round, right? Like, the reason why I lost this round was very close. The next situation would have really this caused me to lose the round. I had a chance to take it right here, and I gave Infectious a guaranteed way to finish me off. This is a no-go, obviously. So there's something I will keep in mind for next time.
Challenge was there from Infectious, gonna get the first round.
There you go. At the right time there.
So let's take a look at the second round.
One thing I've noticed about you play style,
this is a messed up situation. This is very hard to deal with. The best way to deal with this move right here is to go for an air-to-air, but the problem is, because I already committed to a crouching medium punch right there, I lost this opportunity. And now I had to guess between a cross-up and in front. I guessed wrong, and I paid the price right here.
Okay.
Take a look at that. This is the situation that I was talking about. So I jump right here, and because when I pressed the button, Infectious was in front of me, so I wanted to do a hard kick, right? I should have done a medium kick just in case he dashes under, just like he's doing right now. It's the same situation that I was in before, where Infectious caught me because he covered both options, right? And I didn't cover it, so Infectious gets to trip guard me right here.
Dashes to the other side. How the hell did he get there?
That is already gonna be his turn as well, parents.
Take
a look at this small mistake, how much it actually cost me. You can see how much life he took from that situation. And on top of that, if I had done medium kick instead of hard kick, I would have had corner control, right? But instead of that, I take 40% damage, and he has corner control on the exact opposite side of the stage. So these subtle mistakes really add up, and these will cost you matches in a tournament setting.
The other one, coast to coast. Metro.
He does, like, here's also a thing that you have to keep in mind.
Look at that. From one
I'm doing pretty sure I'm
coast.
not teching right here. I'm doing a delayed normal in order to regain control of the situation. But because of his delayed crouching medium punch, he hits me, and I'm dead because of it.
And he's gonna go for the
so yeah, that's how quickly a match can turn around. It was a surprisingly close match in the first round, and then it all went downhill very, very quickly, which is possible through, like, I mean, Zeku is not an easy character to deal with, but at the same time, Zeku is very much doable for Ryu. I wanna make sure people get this straight. I did not lose any tournament match at Fight Club because of a bad matchup. I actually think Ryu can beat Zeku. This is not a terrible matchup at all.
Let me see it. It's a pick Kage, bro. No,
let's go back real quick so you can see this situation right here. He starts the match off with the flip, and I'm trying to be a little bit greedy right here. Take a look at that sweep. I was actually very close to get that punish, but not quite.
Come on, let me see it. It's a pick Kage, bro. No, I'm joking. I'm joking.
From one low tier to the other.
Please don't do that. From one low tier to the lowest.
This is a classic situation. Take a look at that. So this is what I'm talking about. Like, people think it's super random to sweep like that, or to slide characters like Vega or Zeku. They have a tendency to overuse this move. It's a very powerful way to get your opponent to stop moving around. This is the only reason why players, even on high level, do this, right? It's also kind of difficult to punish it properly. I choose to go for a medium punch into a heavy DP. And the reason why I do this is because it's a very consistent solution. I could have done Crouching Fierce into Tatsu, but like, after seeing this, but like, while being in this like while being in the turn setting, I chose to go for a safe option instead of risking a mistake right there. And I think it was the right choice. I could have gotten Tatsu, but it's not that big a deal. This is a good punish to get.
To the lowest tier.
Yeah. Pikakuma, fun.
Yeah.
So you need. Yeah.
Right here, take a look at
Pikakuma, fun.
that fireball.
Yeah.
And then he like actually Infectious makes a big mistake right here. He could have done, he could have quick rised right here.
Yeah.
But instead, he stays on the ground, and I get to push him a little bit closer to the corner. This was unnecessary, and I'm not quite sure why he did that, to be honest. It seems like a mistake, but yeah, it's not that big a deal.
Yeah.
And here you see this again. Like, let's take a look at that situation.
Yeah.
So I get the medium punch right here because Infectious chooses to press a button after blocking the jab, or maybe he was just doing a delayed button. In this spot, the best thing I could have done was counter hit into sweep, but what I like to do instead is a hard punch as well. The reason why I do this hard punch is because it's stronger in case the opponent blocks the medium punch. This is what I want to do. I expected the medium punch to get blocked, and so I want to follow up with a hard punch just in case the opponent tries to jump, or in case the opponent tries to press a button, because then I get a crush counter hard punch into the target combo into a DP. That's quite powerful. And on counter hit, I can still combo into it, but I don't get like the best outcome. I don't get knockdown. Sweep would have been optimal here.
Yeah.
And the commentators even say something about this.
No cancel.
So Tyrant right here says no cancel. The reason why I don't cancel into a special move is because Ryu cannot cancel the hard punch unless he's in V-trigger mode, right? So that's the reason behind it. But yeah, let's take a look at that again. This is very unfortunate. After hitting the hard punch, I go for a solar plexus because I expected Infectious to walk forward and try to pressure me, or to get out of the corner essentially by applying pressure on the ground. Instead, he goes for a greedy option, and he actually gets rewarded by it because I happen to do solar plexus. That was a bit unfortunate, and because of the angle and the timing, I can't even anti-air DP him.
No cancel.
Finish this one.
Take a look at how smart he is as well. He reacted to the hit, so he didn't cancel into V-trigger. This is why he gets away with this YOLO, this seemingly YOLO sweep. It's not a YOLO sweep at all. He's well aware. He can V-trigger, and he will only V-trigger on reaction. Very strong.
He had the counter hit, but no special.
Yeah, because I've got the EX through them.
Yeah. So now he activates, as you can see.
Okay.
Now I get direct corner pressure. This is a pretty bad situation. Take a look at that as well. Here's another sweep, and Infectious is really smart about this sweep. He does a sweep because, and into nothing. He's actually being greedy about the V-trigger because he's expecting me to fail the punish because I expect the V-trigger cancel. And that's exactly what happens. I'm just doing a crouching medium punch right here because I'm a little bit confused, or I expected him to cancel and it didn't happen, and I had to make a last second decision whether I wanted to punish it or not. And because I'm not confident at all in this crouching medium punch hitting, I don't cancel into anything. But I do get a little bit of pressure now.
Right. Follow up.
Here's another sweep that was completely safe.
Another throw.
That was a really genius block, and I get the punish. Take a look at that again.
The overhead is blocked.
I reacted to it and punished it.
Gets the punish, but still very gets the punish.
I really like take a look at how patient I am. I'm not overextending at all. By the way, I am also not activating V-trigger at this point. I only want to activate V-trigger if I can finish him off guaranteed. That's the idea, because otherwise he can just chip me out because he has critical art. And on top of that, he also has V-trigger, so he can set it up very safely. So I'm trying to run it out. Now I ran it out.
Low life on
Take a look at that. Counter hit confirmed into sweep. That was beautiful. And then the next situation is very unfortunate.
Counter hit confirmed sweep. That was beautiful. It's it. Guaranteed situation.
No, you had the guaranteed one.
No. Because it's too far.
That one breaks my heart, honestly. So counter hit, sweep, crush counter into V-trigger. This is usually where you would get a guaranteed guard break situation. And I wanted to go for it. Take a look at that. I backdash, and I'm about to go for a EX Fireball into a guard break, EX Fireball. And last second, I decide not to go for it. And the reason why I don't do it is because Critical Art will hit me either way. So this would have been a guaranteed Critical Art situation for Infectious. I know Infectious is smart enough to do that. So no, in fact, I actually didn't have a guaranteed situation. The commentators even noticed that. So shoutouts to Tyrant, who realizes what the situation was actually what the situation was actually like. So yeah, quite unfortunate, but yeah, didn't quite have it. But what's even more interesting is how I follow up right here.
Situation.
No, you had a guaranteed one.
No.
So I get thrown, and there's actually way more to this situation than it seems.
This is it. Guaranteed situation.
No.
So I'm trying to go for like a difficult block situation instead. This is completely improvised essentially, because I didn't get my guard break situation, so I'm trying to improvise right here. I'm trying to get him to get hit by a difficult to see side switch, right? In this situation, you can clearly see it seems like I'm gonna land on the left side, but I'm actually landing on the right side, and I'm doing a crouching leg kick. This was actually very well set up by me. It's just that against strong players, this will not work. And the reason why this will not work is because this throw that Infectious does is essentially an option select. He's just blocking an incoming high attack, so an incoming jump in attack, and he's doing a delayed tech in case I do an empty jump. And this way he can basically block every situation. He can... This input right here allows him to block the jump in attack, and if I decide to go for an empty jump low, he will simply get that throw. This is an OS that is very simple, like really simple actually, but very powerful, because it allows strong players to completely deny people to do an empty jump low. It simply doesn't work against Infectious.
No, because it's too far. It's too far. If he did
so, yeah, that was unfortunate.
The range is really high on the Zeku Super, I forgot. Yeah. You're right.
Yeah, he second guessed it. Yeah, I agree. The super was there.
So now I'm trying to be a little bit more. Like, take a look at how I started this round.
He second guessed it. Yeah,
I'm being a little bit aggressive because I realize the defensive style is not working out. But at the same time, I back off right here again, and
because
I think this was the right choice.
A lot of people don't realize.
Take a look at that.
I think
Infectious with those sweep attempts. This is incredible.
I would have killed him, but
a lot of people don't realize
delayed normal
the range
catches me again.
Is already big, but also because the Hadouken has an extended charge box.
Yeah, you would definitely get hit.
Here I'm trying to be. I'm really desperate here to get him off of me. And this is really the power of Zeku. Zeku, every hit that he gets, he's able to capitalize on that hard.
Can't do it when if Zeku did not have CA, that was free.
That was free.
Yeah.
So that would have been like just guard break.
This was a really good crosscut, and now I have a chance to make something happen again. And I choose to go for this sequence again. Once again, I want to point out I needed to throw him way more. He was just getting away with this for no reason. And next time I'm going to make sure to throw him. Also, one thing that I also was really bad at, like, not only is my offense really weak right here, my defense was really weak as well, because he kept doing delayed normals and it kept hitting me. So in order to avoid that, I really need to either go for, like, force him to throw me, essentially just hold down back the entire way through until he throws me. That's an effective way to avoid it. It's also a pretty safe way to avoid it. If I just wake up with a button, I can counter the delayed normal, but then he gets me with a meaty attack. So it's quite tricky to block that every single time. And Zeku players get in this situation very, very frequently. So you got to be very careful about that. But yeah, I basically have corner control here, and I'm not getting any damage because Infectious is simply not teching. This is also a free option. Like, there's nothing Ryu can do here. I could have gone for a crazy critical art to punish him for that, but honestly, this is not the way to go. It's impossible to challenge this this move right here. It's usually the reason why I don't like to, like, if I have corner control against Zeku, like, it's really impossible to keep them in the corner because of that. You can't challenge it properly with anything. It's a very powerful way to make sure not to get pressured too much. And Infexious does not need to take a risk right here. He has the life lead, and he decides to get out of the corner right here. He knows I'm going to have a hard time punishing that anyways, so yeah. Bad anti-air, but good enough. Like, I go for a crouching medium punch, not optimal. Medium DP would have been the way to go, but good enough.
90 on this one. I tried to jump.
And once again, take a look at that. Here, right here, I needed to throw him. I just needed to throw him. Instead, I go for this sequence, which is nice in case he presses buttons, but there's really no reason for Infectious to take a risk right here. He can just block it out. I have not gone for a single throw so far, and he keeps getting away with it as a result.
Right now, he's looking good to this game. Oh, the jump!
And this is quite ironic. Like, take a look at that. This was the... I actually get punished by an EX Fireball right here. This is why I'm saying you need to jab and do stuff like that in order to avoid getting jumped in on. This was just incredibly unlucky because I actually did that quite a lot, and Infectious just happened to have the perfect timing right here.
Game, oh, the jump! That's gonna be dead.
And then I die.
Yeah, you did, yeah.
So yeah, that's basically it for this match.
A respectable 13th place, guys.
So I go out in 13th place in this tournament. It was a really great tournament experience, and the match against Infectious, I was actually not nervous at all. I remember being nervous against Akainu, but when I went up against Infectious, I wasn't nervous. I was just not quite ready for his aggressive style. I really expected him to play a very slow-paced match like he does online against me. But yeah, that was very strong, unexpected, and next time I'm going to be stronger and ready for a couple of these situations. And you can clearly see this is something that if I want to be like a successful tournament player, if I really wanted to make top 8 at this tournament, I needed to be a little bit more clean, a little bit less greedy about my offense. I need to make sure I can win games even if I take the less greedy option with the throw. The throw is essentially a guaranteed option against most players simply because Ryu doesn't really get anything out of it, right? So they will not tech against Ryu because that would be bad. If they start teching and I get counter hit combos in, that's really bad for people. But if I get a throw, that's not a risk. This is something I need to work on. I think I was patient enough in this match, but yeah, not clean enough. The double dash after the medium DP, that was just greedy. That cost me the first round, actually, and that's just unnecessary. And against a player like Infectious, I can't hope to win, or I can't expect to win against Infectious, who's clearly ready for these situations. I need to be ready too, and next time I'm going to try to do that. So guys, thank you so much for watching this analysis. I really hope this was useful to you guys. Take care, and I'll see you soon.